Yo, what's up? My name is Johnny, and this is a Johnny Live. We got a special one tonight, y'all. We're going to talk about eating to relieve stress. That's what we're going to talk about tonight, and it being a form of depression. So we're going to get started here in just a second. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you let your people know. This is going to be on a few different platforms, y'all. So I want y'all to make sure that y'all supporting. It's going to be on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So we live. We're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. So tap in, let your people know we live on the air. Here we go, y'all. Let's go. All right, y'all, we back. My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Live Show. We are live on the air. I want to thank each and everybody for tapping in. We got a special program tonight. We're going to be talking about overeating and eating to relieve stress. Now, I know a lot of people, I had to adjust my camera a little bit. I know a lot of people, me included, eat sometimes to relieve stress. We be stressed out, just going through some things, and eating certain things makes us feel better. That's why they call certain foods comfort foods, right? Because it comforts you. It gives you a warm feeling. In fact, they say that a way to a man's heart is by feeding them good food. So there's something about food in general that calms your soul. Okay. Black people, Sundays, holidays, we eat what we call soul food. And the reason why we call it soul food, because it's food that's good for your soul. It comforts you. It makes you feel good. So good that sometimes it puts you to sleep. Itis. You be tired. Like, I gotta go take a nap after eating neck bones and chicken and greens and collard greens and shit like that, cornbread. You gotta go take a nap because you're so comfortable, you're relaxed. Okay. So food is, and thank everybody for the emojis. I want to appreciate, before we get started, thanks everybody for the emojis. But it's soul food. It's food that's good for your soul. All right. But at the same time, some people don't understand, like people who are overweight, a lot of times are that way because they're depressed. And I want to explain that a little bit because we're going to get more into that and how it becomes like a never ending cycle. Because you overweight. First of all, one of the hardest things to do is to lose weight. There's certain formulas that you have to use to lose weight. And we're not going to go into all that. This program is not about that. We're going to go into that in a later program. But there's certain things you have to do to lose weight. So it's hard to lose weight. So you're eating because you're not happy with yourself because you're overweight. Right? But at the same time, you're depressed because you're overweight and you got on a few more pounds. So what do? You eat the comfort food that comforts you. Some food can be so good, it's like it gives you a hug. Macaroni and cheese and shit like that. Fried chicken. It'd be so good like it gives you a hug. And you're eating that stuff because you're not happy with what you see in the mirror, what you look like. So you turn to food. And food is only going to make you bigger and bigger. So it's a never ending cycle. That's why sometimes when I see those programs of 400-pound people, they like 400 pounds, and people are like, how can they get like that? It's not, it's easy. Because once you get overweight, then you start eating to comfort yourself. And it just continues. When I was in high school, in grade school, there was kids that used to cut on themselves. And the reason they cut on themselves, to me and you, it may hurt, it may look like it's painful, but it gave them some type of comfort. They were cutting on themselves to hurt themselves, but it made them feel better. I knew a lady who had cuts all up and down her arm because all she did was sit there and cut herself with a razor. But that pain made them feel better. It was therapy. It's the same thing when you're eating. You're hurting yourself, but you're giving yourself that immediate comfort from these comfort foods. So that's why I say, and I'm going to write a book about this. It's the same thing. You're doing the same exact thing, except for you're not seeing blood. But you're comforting yourself at the same time hurting yourself. Have you ever ate so much where you like sit back and like, damn, man. And for 30 minutes, you can't even move because you so full. Overeating. It's even a sin in the Bible that you're not supposed to overeat. That's a sin. But some people, rather the depression starts with money, because I know money depresses a lot of people. A lot of the root to a lot of depression is money, not having enough money, seeing somebody else have money and things like that. So the root of depression a lot of times is money. And then some people don't like just the way they look. It's something about my nose is too big, my ears is too big, my hair ain't long enough. I'm not, pretty. My body is not right. So those things take you straight to depression. And when you go to depression, it's either you're going to go to drugs, you're going to go to food, you're going to do cigarettes, alcohol. It's going to be something that leads you to one of these paths that you're going to go down. To why? To make yourself feel better. Drugs make you feel better. Alcohol makes you feel better. Cigarettes make you feel better. And those things are hard to snap out of. Just like it's hard to snap out of food. And I know this for a fact because a year ago I stopped smoking weed. And I knew that smoking weed wasn't good for me, for my mental, for my ambition. I knew it wasn't good for me, any of that. But I smoked it because it made me feel better until it didn't make me feel better. I'm going to say that again so you understand it. I smoked weed for probably 20 years to make me feel better, to realize that it didn't make me feel better. Now, I'm going to give you an example. What did I do sometimes when I smoke weed? Sometimes when I smoke weed, I hid away from people because I didn't want people to know that I was smoking weed. I didn't want people to see how I looked when I was high. So I might skip some events. I might not have went certain places. It's the same way with food. You eat food and then you get bigger, and there might be clothes you don't fit, so you don't even want to go places because of the way you look. It's the same thing. Food is like a drug. And a lot of people are addicted to it. How can they get to 400 pounds? Because they're addicted to food. It's a drug. You can't get off of it. And a lot of these other drugs, they tell you it's a warning to it. It's a warning to it. It's a warning. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do crack. Don't do cocaine. There's warnings to it, but there's no warning to food. Ain't no label to tell you don't eat as much as you can. Ain't no label at McDonald's like, y'all, you shouldn't be here at McDonald's. No, they encourage you. This is a drug. They encourage you. Here, take more. Take more. McDonald's is open to 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you get depressed at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can go hurt yourself at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can't even find a weed man at 2 o'clock in the morning, but there's a McDonald's open. It's if it don't hurt you now, it's gonna hurt you later. It's gonna kill you. Same way drugs do. If drugs don't hurt you now, later on, it's gonna be destructive. So you need to know that food is just as dangerous sometimes as drugs is. Yes, it makes you feel good, same way drugs make you feel good up front, but you're going to pay for it. And later on, you can't just go out and go to an all-you-can-eat buffet 7 days a week and you're not going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. You're doing harm to your body. And that's one thing when I started trying to lose weight, and like I got everything else together, we will jog and all that, and then I look at my stomach and my belly, and because I swole my belly so big, now it's hard to me even to try to bring it back in. It's like a balloon, and it made me realize. I sat back and I'm thinking, man, I really was hurting myself. But why? I couldn't snap out of it. I couldn't say to myself, damn, Johnny, look at what you're doing to your body. It didn't dawn on me. Even seeing pictures, it didn't dawn on me that I was messing my body up. I was hurting myself. If I didn't stop eating a year ago, the way I was eating before, if I didn't go on a diet or somewhat of a diet 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. Because I'm older, and food does even worse damage to your body when you get older. Now we're going to go into the barbecue era, to where people are going to start barbecuing. And I'm afraid for my people. I'm afraid for people, especially people my age, because you guys are going to try to go to barbecues now, and you're going to try to eat meat. You're going to try to eat steak. You're going to try to eat hamburgers. We can't do that anymore. We older. We can't do that anymore. Like, you're basically putting a gun to your head. You Russian roulette. A lot of these people my age are going to be playing Russian roulette this summer, because we're going to go to barbecues, eat hot dogs, hamburgers, go get the first hamburgers and hot dogs off the grill. We playing Russian roulette with our bodies. If it don't catch us this summer, when it comes fall or summertime or fall and wintertime, it's going to catch up with us. All the shit that we ate this summer is going to catch up with us. You can't be over 40 and think you're going to put on some extra pounds. When you turn 40, it's time to lose that weight. Whatever little bit of weight you got, whatever little bit of weight you got, your back is against the wall as far as time. You need to get rid of that weight. We finna go into summertime and people already on the grill. Now, I'm going to tell you this. You've seen our parents do it. No, I take that back. I used to say you see our parents doing it, but you've seen a lot of our parents demise because of the way they were eating. But they were able to do it longer. Guess what? This meat ain't the same meat that they ate. And when this meat started hitting their bodies, that's what was making them fall off. But we grew up on this type of meat. This ain't the same type of meat that they was eating. It's processed different. So we better have adults Sitting here trying to get all the meat they can, kick it, go to the barbecues, woo, eat all this meat. What do you think gonna happen? And a lot of them not even in health. This is what gets me. A lot of them are not even healthy. When I go places like I go to the club or I go to the store, and you got these guys with these big bellies, big guts, people out of shape. Like, how long do you think that you'll be able to maintain that? Really? How long? It's something that it's one statement, and I already started on this path to trying to get my body right, but it's one statement that stuck out to me more than anything else. You hardly ever see an overweight older person. Show me one. Show me 10. Show me 10 people over 45 that's overweight. Show me 50 people over 50. Let's take that back. Show me 10 people over 50 that's overweight. Show me 10 people over 52 that's overweight. Show me 10 people that's over 53 that's overweight. It's harder to do. The older you get, your body been pumping for 50 years. Your heart been working for 50 years. My nigga. 50 years your body been pumping, doing this job. Going through all that bullshit, all that stress you've been putting it through, all that weight. It's got to pump blood all through your whole body. Your heart got to pump blood through your whole body. It's in charge of doing that. It's been doing that for 50 years. It's a muscle. It's a muscle. Pumping every day. It's like this. This is your heart. It's like this. Do-do, 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 do-do. And it's doing that every second of the day for 50 years. And it's been doing a damn good job. Do-do, 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 do-do. Even as you got bigger, do-do, do-do, do-do. You put on 10 extra pounds. Do-do, do-do. Doing his job. Now, you finna go try to eat all that meat and put on more weight? Do-do, 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 do-do. It's tired. Instead of eating vitamins and giving it more of what it needs or losing weight so you can relieve some of that stress, we think totally opposite. Let's go put some more weight on it. Y'all, we got to start thinking. I see people every day because I meet people. I go to door to door. And I cannot tell you how many people I've seen, how many widows I've seen. Husband and worked their whole life. 50, 60, worked their whole life. Got all this money. So him and his wife can have something. But not taking care of himself or whatever happened, high blood pressure, stress, have a heart attack and die. And leave all that to his wife. And let me ask you, what do you think the wife gonna do? She gonna wait for you until she die? Nope, she gonna move on. And your wife, whomever she decide to get with, gonna spend your money for the rest of their life. Because you gone. You gone, my nigga. All because you couldn't stop eating. All because you couldn't stop cutting yourself. It's going to catch up. I'm telling y'all, it's so big houses, land, big amounts of land that the man that brought into the marriage because he didn't take care of himself. He kept playing Russian roulette. It's all gone to the woman now, the female now. And it's up to her to find somebody else to spend it with. Your money. It ain't shit you can do. You got to start thinking. We not making it to 70, 80 years old because his food is not the same. So it's like Taking drugs back then was more pure. Taking drugs nowadays might fuck you up. Same way with food. Taking food, a lot of food nowadays, it might fuck you up. Because it ain't pure food. It's not the same anymore. One thing Tupac says, we got to learn how to eat different. And that's what he was telling us. We got to learn how to eat different. You got to detox. You got to get that food out. A lot of us don't want to detox because we're like, I ain't trying to shit all day. But keeping that food inside you is what's causing cancers. They finna ban M&Ms. They trying to figure out a way to ban candies like M&Ms and there's a few other candies on there that we used to eat every day. Because it causes cancer sitting in your body. I detox all the time. That's why my skin looks this way, because I get all of that out of my body. The food is what's causing you to look old and causing your body to age, because it's causing you to deteriorate from inside. So we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna do that more later. I just got off into something else, but y'all, for real, you got to start thinking differently about the way that you eat. Everybody going to drones now. That's funny. But we are going to get out of here. I just want to come to y'all and talk to y'all and make sure that y'all supporting this. This is going to be on a few social media platforms. And go back and listen to it. If you're a type of person that you find yourself eating a lot all the time and you don't know why, figure out what it is in your life that's stressing you out, because 99% of the time, it's something that that's stressing you out, and you need to figure out what it is, so you can stop hurting yourself, so you can stop cutting yourself to feel good. Yes, it's good for your soul, so they say, because it comforts you. But sometimes you need to be comforted in other ways, like reading a book, exercising. Those are the type of healthy ways to comfort yourself. Or just loving somebody. All right, so we're going to get out of here. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all sharing it and liking it. And make sure the people who send me some emojis, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it going. These are very powerful shows, very powerful podcasters, and eventually they're going to take off. I'm going to release all of them here next month. So there's like 30 podcasts that I have, and you'll be able to get them. You'll be able to get them on audio as well. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, support, and all that. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Live. We out.